This is the elementary school I went from sixth grade to eighth grade. There's the front door. Well, at the time it was taken, they were obviously working on it, so I see some pipes here and there. This is the playground. Yeah, it's still there. Wow, that's crazy. Because I looked it up before on another app, I think, and it just wasn't as visible. Uh, there was just so many kids there. Drama, not drama, but I was watching a video about Adam Lanza. It's a Sandy Hook killer. And like he had a nice speech impediment, but actually it was a speech impediment. Like his brain wasn't working right, wasn't wired right. For lack of better words. But it was 3 or 4 years old. He babbled. He couldn't even pronounce words. And then they had a recording of him on a radio station. He was just like he seemed articulate. I don't know if he was reading. He actually started writing a lot. He was very creative in writing. But, his writings were like obsessive about violence and murder, and he actually wanted to be a ranger in the military. A trained killer, for lack of better words. I mean, that's what they do, right? They don't go and make peace with people and apply reason and logic to resolve peace. So that's what they are, But it's not even about that. Uh, Everybody that I met, I try to have a benefit of a doubt. And I'm a little bit soft, even when someone like Adam Lanza, I try to understand where he comes from. He was bullied as a kid, he never fit in, but I mean, does that give you a right to murder everybody? You know, this is just random, but I remember walking out of school. I think it was like 2:30 or something like that. We would get out, something like that. And I would walk in. I would just have like in my mind like a military. I just go, just, not like people, just either shooting at me or something like that. I would play with myself in my mind. I remember one time my mom, she would park behind this building. And I would walk through here or sometimes through here, and she would watch me. She would laugh at me that I was doing that. I mean, I was never obsessed about killing people or hurting people. You know, was I withdrawn? Probably not. Just there was drama, this and that. I kept to myself a lot of times. Um, I never really hung out with people from elementary school. One kid I told a story, Mario Tello. He went there for like a year or something. There's another kid, Angel Ramirez, actually. And actually no, there was this kid, Juan or Carlos. Uh, Maserati, Angel Ramirez supposed to was his cousin. He came a year later. I heard he got kicked out of school. It was some. I mean, these people were just like, they weren't the nicest people. Not that intelligent either. Not very intelligent. But there was this kid, Sean Almeida. He was Filipino. He was short, and but like everyone, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people would make fun of him because he would he would read newspaper clippings, and he would tell him he would talk about it in the classroom, and I was just like, well, I want to hear what he's talking about, and that was like what, sixth grade, but then I remember something like, I don't know, I said something to Sean. It was very lighthearted, and he started going, he just got angry like that, like a psychopath, like a lunatic, like a little kid like that. I wasn't scared. I never saw that. I don't think I ever saw that. I was just like, wow, what the hell is that? You know. And I think his mom was a teacher or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I can't put it together. There's just so many people, this and that. I remember I knew it a year ago because it all came back to me. But it's just too much drama, horror, and sadness. Especially when there's freaking, people that just they will do violent things to people and just either rape, molest, torture. I'm not even talking about theft or degrade people to the point where their feces are on them or they slash their throat. Speaking the truth to them or just exposing them for what they are, bunch of criminals. Yeah. The corny motherfucker was here. Was Richard Garcia. He went to the school. And Mark Resda, yeah, he's a cop, East or New Brunswick, East Brunswick, I think, something like that. He ran into somebody. I made a video about him. He ran into a Honda CRX. The guy got hurt or something, and the other cop helped him pass. I mean, look, he was helping him, with a sobriety test. I was just wondering, like, you're a cop and you don't know what the sobriety test is. You gotta ask another cop. I know it's just ridiculous. But he was he was much older. He was very ugly as a kid. He was like very disgusting. He used to make fun of people, make fun of him. And then and in that building, like we used to go in there. I think 7th or 8th grade, and we used to like, just watch the kids, this and that. He pissed on my hand in a urinal and stuff. Later I think like truth came out or something. I regret it because I think he should have spent time in jail. You know, I think he should have. It's just that I was pushed to like say no, this and that, and what would happen to him if he goes to the county or something like that. I don't know. Playing St. Patrick's basketball team. Yeah, you know, they closed down apparently, and they opened up again, something like that. But this is where we used to really go out for lunch through here. I think that's where I saw Cordero right here. I think he tried to freestyle or something. Like he was trying to act like I'm from New York or something like that, from Queens. Garcia always used to talk about. He used to try to sound just like him because he said, "I have a friend in New York. I go to New York, this and that." I was like, all right. I've been to New York a couple times. It's all right, but it's great. But all right, where do you go to? I just I remember coming down these stairs when I had my confirmation. I didn't really want that because I remember I forget this teacher's name. She had a son named Michael and some kid named JR or something. I heard a lot of stuff about. I don't even know who he was. I don't remember him. She always used to talk about stories about her other son. And like and anyway, why did I bring her up? Oh, I don't know, but she said, this is or a religion class. They said, confirmation is when you want to take a next step with Jesus. Next step with Jesus, what? Look at all you people or something like that. Like you have him on the cross. Like I mean, who is he? Is he anything good? Because all you want to take a step with him, and I don't want to be be anywhere around you people. You guys are just you're unbelievably bad. Evil people. They're worshippers. They really are. But confirmation was a certain way. I remember, me and Jamie Gonzalez. I think he was, or it was this other kid, Juliano. Maybe it was 3 of us, and we were in front of the altar. And we washed the priest's leg to because we were like the 3 kings or something like that, and like it was supposed to teach us humbleness. I was like, I didn't say anything like shouldn't they wash our legs or something like that. It was just weird, but I was like, okay, I'll go. We had a sponge and we not literally like scrub the legs, but it was like a mass and it was a ceremony. Yeah, I don't know if that was confirmation, something like that. I have a memory of that. I think I still have a picture somewhere of that. The confirmation, there was something that happened outside. Someone told me, oh, your cousin did something or got arrested. This kid, Giuliano Farina, told me that. Yeah, I think Beata from Amtec was there. I don't know. It's just a memory of Luke, and he was walking around, and they said, oh, he played somebody, but I think they were trying to like mess him up or something like that. It was just always drama like that. He didn't have the best life either. He had $20 million. I remember he was depressed too. There's a lot of other people, and eventually he probably might have made mistakes. But people make sure that they want to say he was evil. My Aunt Martha told me he was worse than you, really. So I was worse when I was, in the 90s and I was rich, right? Now I'm not rich, so I'm a good person. Well, Martha, text me. Tell me if I want your spaghetti, and 30 minutes before I get arrested for something I didn't do, or 5 minutes before I get a ticket from somewhere I'm living on the street, you can just text me. Actually, if you text me, I know something's going down bad in my life, right, Martha? Yeah. I hope he was bad. Not hurting people over ridiculing you, clowning you, making you look like a bunch of fucking idiots. And by the way, I stole his handbook. I'm gonna give you 10 times, million times worse. If you ever got offended by him, you felt like an asshole, piece of shit, degraded you, depressed you, oh, you have no fucking idea. Answer your fucking telephone, faggots, and your Facebook Messenger. Oh yeah, and telling me that my faggot daddy came on my face and I'm a Russian faggot, it's really not offensive. It's yeah, it is kind of degrading, but it doesn't make sense. If my father molested me, like, would you really honestly, brag about it, there, Cordero? I mean, you guys are just not just homosexual, but just pedophile faggots out there. Yeah, you gotta slash my throat for telling you that, exposing you how gay you people are, bunch of worshippers and demons and devils, whatever you fucking retards are. Considering, I mean, you could, just be honest with it, right? Keeping it real, right? You should be honest. Tell the world. Tell the world what you people did. Yeah. Anywho, that's their their king. Yeah. That is a crucifixion, which is a death row sentence in today's world. Be like a gas chamber or lethal injection. And they look at that and they pray to it, and everything's be okay. If they hurt people, or the guy in the front pews, is a piece of shit. Just can't stop thinking about that fucking asshole. But here I am, just on the one day of peace, right? And the Catholic Church, they have this ceremony where everyone shakes their hand. Last time I was there, this fucking like 12 or 13-year-old just looked at me hard like that. I was like, what the fuck did I do to you? Because you know who I am, right? I'm not that. I'm nothing like that. I'm not your little creepy fucking, king and shit. Where like fucking, you drink his blood and eat his body or something like that in a ceremony with a metaphor or whatever. I remember in St. Adalbert's, the church like my parents used to always go to, Polish church. I asked them what is what's the difference between not empathy. They always had the song and the first thing empathy or love or something like that. Which comes first? Or empathy or compassion? Something like that. And the priests just were baffled. They couldn't answer it. I remember as a kid, like 4 or 5 years old, in a Gorlica, a Polish church. I was talking some stuff too, and they just felt like they were just threatened. Like, why would you know that? Why would you say that? It wasn't anything evil. To them, it probably was. Probably, if I want to know how to be more empathetic, and I would like to know how many people are, you probably think I'm evil, right? I mean, you think I'm gonna believe you? Rest of the people, I don't know. Go ahead, believe me. Believe anybody you want. I don't care. I'm not. I'm not hung up on other people's words, because the people I'm had in my life, their words are meaningless or on the negative side. You know, and especially people that tend to be worshippers. Yeah, they're pretty disturbed, mentally handicapped, and have no compassion. Today I shed tears because my cat Chunya. I come home from a store, and I had to go return something. I came back, I didn't buy beer today. I come back and she's meowing by my door. Oh, you want to hang out with me? And she said, I read she was hungry. Yeah, you know. My mom was there. Oh, she ate already. Yeah, she got a belly. She ate. She ate already. Yeah. I don't know how many people even know what it's like to starve. If you feel starvation, it doesn't feel good. It makes you weak, and you're conscious of it. I went over 10 days without eating. I went through a psychological warfare people installed on me for that. It wasn't out of my own accord. I could go about the first day is the hardest not eating, I say. And eventually, coffee suppresses hunger. I could go on and on. But to a creature that's dependent on you, basically like a certain degree, it's just horrible. If you can't understand that, then I have no pity and compassion for you. I mean, let alone you go slaughter a bunch of children, because if you're not saying my mom's gonna get a gun and start shooting people, but if you go to that level where you just it's a creature, but all right, whatever, it doesn't matter. She got old water or something, I don't know what your mentality is. I don't want to be there. I don't want to know you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Because if you don't have compassion and reason for a little creature that didn't do anything to you, just is hanging by you and wants to receive love and compassion, you don't want to feed them the basic necessity to sustain life. Well, it's just disgusting and horrible. And I don't care what you say to other people, even to me. I'm not gonna take your word at face value. I already know who you are, all of you.